Do you guys ever find yourselves stuck on this hamster wheel of why me? Why did this happen to me? How did I get here? Why me? Let's talk about that today. My name is Amy and this is NarcAWAY. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. My channel is devoted to educating, supporting, and encouraging victims and survivors of narcissistic abuse. If you don't already subscribe, please consider clicking that subscribe button now. Today, I want to talk about the why me syndrome. If you have ever been stuck in this why me place, you know that it is kind of a dark pit. It's kind of a not so nice place to be. Feeling sorry for yourself is never a good thing because it's negative, and you never want to be negative. You always want to look on the bright side. You always want to aim towards positivity. And when you're stuck in the why me phase, which by the way is completely normal and completely part of the process, but when you're stuck there for too long, it pulls you down. It actually drags you down, and there becomes a sort of comfort with getting stuck there, and in a way you're able to put blame on someone else rather than taking accountability and figuring out how to get out of that place mentally. So it's completely natural and completely normal to ask yourself, how did I get here? And it's a good thing too, because you need to understand how you got here so you never go back there again. Definitely understanding what the red flags were that you missed, that you can look for next time, is a good thing. That's something you should definitely do. Part of my mission is to educate people so they know for next time what not to do. What not to do to get stuck in these abusive, toxic relationships. But where we can get stuck is in the feeling sorry for yourself part. And if you want to analogize it somewhat, think about you're in the ocean and you're getting swept off to sea. You're not going to stop to think about, why me? How did I get here? Why am I swimming in the ocean, getting further and further away from shore? Those thoughts are not going through your head. The only thing you're going to be doing is paddling like a mother effer, trying to get back to that shore. You are just going to be on go mode. You are on survival mode, and you are moving, baby. You are going to be swimming for your dear life. And you might not have wanted to be in that situation. You went into the ocean with all the best intentions, just like you did your relationship. You thought you did everything right, and somehow, some way, you ended up in this riptide of a relationship that's pulling you out to sea. And what you need to do is the same thing you would do as if you were in the ocean. You need to paddle back to shore, regroup, and get your shit back together. You're not going to sit and contemplate, why me? How did this happen to me? Poor me. You're going to reflect. You're definitely going to do some self-reflection, but you're not going to commiserate in the why me. That is what is important here. Ask yourself the important questions, get some answers, find out what you did wrong, and then you move on. And that's the key. You move on, you move forward. Someone might find themselves in a situation, whether it's an abusive situation or something happened to them that was of no fault of their own. And the key is it's not their fault. It was not their fault. They did not ask to be abused. They did not ask to be pulled out to sea. But it is their responsibility. It's your responsibility to fix it. It's your responsibility to get yourself back to shore, even though it's not your fault that you went out to sea. It's your responsibility to heal from this abuse, even though you did not abuse yourself. You did not ask for the abuse. You did not bring this on yourself. You didn't warrant it. You didn't deserve it. Absolutely not. It's not your fault. It's absolutely not your fault. I'm telling you right now, I promise you. It is not your fault that you found yourself in this situation. The brightest, most educated, kindest people find themselves in these situations. It's not targeted to any one person. They say that empaths are definitely more of a, are more susceptible to being abused because they are so empathic and they have such big hearts. But even non-empaths are abused. And therapists who are educated and know about abuse, they still get abused. So it can happen to anyone. So don't beat yourself up. Don't blame yourself. Don't focus on the why me. I should have known better. I should have seen this coming. I should have got out sooner. Stop with those statements right now and take responsibility for getting better. After you go through abuse, you need to look forward more than you look backwards. When you focus on the past, it's, again, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's a negative space. It is going to pull you down. It's harder to get out of. When you start moving forward, you're creating momentum, and you need to ride that momentum, and you're going to go further forward faster if you just start. Baby steps. Start slowly by educating yourself, learning about the abuse, what it was, accepting that it was not your fault, learning about the red flags, so going forward you're not going to fall for the same tricks, and working with therapists and reading self-help books and finding the self-love that you need to heal. If you start with those things, very small, very little things, it's going to perpetuate further healing. And that's what you want. You need to be moving forward always. And the faster you move forward, the faster you're leaving the past behind you. Take the lesson, absolutely learn from your mistakes, but don't wallow. And if you can take any positivity, you've lived through it. You survived. You made it through the other end. You've gone through the worst part now. If you're out of the abuse, it's all gravy from here. I'm not saying there's not going to be bumps in the road. There are going to be bumps. It is going to be hard. It is going to take work, but it's definitely going to be a lot easier than what you've gone through. It's going to be easier than the abuse. I do promise you that. So I hope this gives you guys something to look forward to. I hope this was a little bit of positivity in your day today. And I love you all. Thank you for watching this video. If you don't already subscribe, please consider subscribing now. I love you all.